rock planting project that I just finished. I completed about 10 minutes ago. Essentially, it belonged to a client of mine, and he had this rock. Well, it's a nice rock, but it didn't have enough planting space. This rock, this dam that I put in, I added. Without it, we can only be this high, so we're limited in terms of the size of the root ball. Damming this side, see how much I can increase in terms of the soil. This was growing in your standard 1-gallon can. I had to scratch the root a little bit, spread it out. I didn't cut it so that it stays stable. A piece of rock that I had, the same kind, it's some sort of a lava type rock. And it was just the right size, and there's a little area that it catches, and it catches on that side, so it's held together just with the tension of the soil pushing against it. Now, that was just a matter of luck. But when we're doing this kind of project, it's a matter of eye or skill, but a lot of it has to do with luck. If I were to dam this eye up using unrelated rock, it'll look funny. If I use concrete or something like that, it would be funny. I wish that this had a little bit better tint. Actually, the inside looked better, but this was the only way that it worked. And it kind of mimics the coloring of this. So on this type of rock, it does have different textures, and Chinese elm, it kind of has a very unusual root structure. I think in my past videos I talked about Chinese elms and how we could make root cuttings. Well, this bottom part was just a root from another plant. I stuck it in the container and grew the top. That's how you could get this very unusual shape. This is a dwarf type of geranium, and what I want to see is to kind of drape over the front. Now, I wish I could show you the progression next year, but it does belong to a friend of mine. And unless he let me borrow it, you won't see it again. But even for a project that was just done, just 10 minutes ago, it looks pretty good. It's the fact that material should be prepped ahead of time. You can't find this rock and start working on it. It takes you about 2-3 years. If you grew from like a seed, probably it'll take you 7-8 years. But from a root cutting, I think this is on my 3rd year. It doesn't really matter the age, but how well prepared they are. So for this rock, I felt that this will complement it. It kind of highlights the features in the rock with the greenery on top. And he's going to have to watch carefully over here in that this has a tendency to grow with grasses or other condiment like that within a space. You have to be careful. These tend to grow big real fast. So after this starts draping over on this side, it needs to be trimmed, and then this cannot encroach underneath here. So